Dr. Angela McBurdy of DoctorFlute.com, and today's flute tip is on, can you pick the professional model flute? So I have 4 different step-up model flutes here, and I have my professional model flute. And I thought something that might be kind of fun to do is for me to play 2 different excerpts, a slower one and a faster one, on each of these instruments, and see if you, the flutist out there, can determine which one of these is a professional model flute. I think that for the most part, step-up instruments or intermediate instruments are really fantastic, and that you can be very happy with an intermediate instrument or step-up instrument even through music school. That can take you a really long way. So I wanted to do a comparison and just play a little bit from each instrument so that you have your ears in tune to each one. I'll tell you what each one is. And then I will play, I'll say number 1 and play, and number 2 and play, and see if you can find, basically find which one of those 5 that I'm going to be playing is the professional model instrument. And then, if you wish, try to figure out what are the other ones, which will be a little bit harder to do, but hey, it's kind of fun to do. So let me tell you about my professional model flute. I have a 20-year-old Haynes flute. This is a professional model flute. I have the only thing that's, it's solid silver all up and down. It's handmade. I have a 14-karat riser. So I wish that all of these step-up instruments could have that 14-karat riser, because it'd be easier to tell. It would be comparing apples to apples rather than not. But hey, so be it. That's what we have to deal with. So this is my Haynes flute. And when you are listening, I'm going to tell you, don't look at the flute, because you can see my flute is tarnished. It definitely has the breath marking here, and you can tell by looking which one is the professional model flute. Whereas these are all brand spanking new, so everything is shiny as all get out. So you'd be able to see the difference, but I want you to try and hear the difference. So let me play a little bit. I realized I've been playing around with these, and they all have offset G, and my flute is in line, which I'm used to, but since I've been adjusting, going back to this, I've realized I'm now not bringing my finger far enough over to get my inline G, but I'll try to make it. So let me just give you a little bit of a sound on this so you can hear what it sounds like. I'll play a little bit of Marin Marais. That's the way my flute sounds. So now I'm going to go through and just give you an excerpt, one tiny little bit, so that before I actually do the test, your ear can hear what each of these flutes sound like. All right. This one is a Trevor James Chanson flute. It does sound different from mine, but it still sounds good. This one is the Haynes Amadeus 680 flute. Next, This is a Powell Sonaré flute. A Zhao 400 flute. Moving that a little bit. All right, so I think that they all sound unique. They all have their own flavor of sound. All right, so now's the time where I'm going to play a little bit from each flute, and I'm going to do it in a random order. And so you listen to them, but don't look at them, because remember, my flute doesn't look as shiny and brand new as these other flutes. And see if you can tell which one is the professional model flute, and tell me in the comments. So if you want to, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just number 4 is the professional model flute. And then if you'd like to say, yeah, I think number 1 was the Amadeus and number 2 was the Zhao, and you can do that as well. But tell me in the comments the order that you think the flutes are in, and or just which one is that professional model flute, because I want you to hear that you don't have to have the top of the line flute in order to sound really fantastic. So here we go. This is number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. All right, so I've just gone through all 5 of the different choices. So down in the comments, decide which one of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, was the professional flute. And then if you want to, see if you can decide based on the opening and me playing each one, what all the other flutes are. What order did I play them in? And then feel free to give me comments of what you thought they sounded like and what you really liked about any of them, because they're really nice instruments here. Down in the show notes, we will put the order that we did play them in, so you'll be able to check and see if you were right in how you picked them. But enjoy trying this and deciding which one was that professional flute. I think these kind of listening tests are always fun because you could test your ear, and sometimes the flute you think sounds really fantastic isn't the one you thought it should sound like. So it's great. It levels the playing field. It gets you to maybe look at a different flute differently and enjoy, say, I always thought I liked Haynes, but now I like the Powell because that was a fantastic sound. Whatever you like. But enjoy listening to this. I look forward to seeing what you think the order of flutes are. If you like today's flute tip, subscribe, comment below, press the like button, and share with your friends.